All right. Good morning. Oh, I better mute that. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. It is Sunday, October 24th at 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time if you're watching live. Welcome to Coffee and a Card Facebook Live. My name is Zara Premji, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Markham, Ontario, Canada. I've been a demonstrator for 8.5 years, and I love to paper craft, and I love more than paper crafting. I love to share paper crafting ideas and to teach. So every Sunday morning, I come on to just share a little bit of crafting inspiration, to just hang out and chit chat with whomever is here live or on the replay, and to hopefully inspire you a little bit with your paper crafting. Whether you are a beginner paper crafter or you've been doing this for a really long time, everybody's welcome here. I try and share some tips and ideas, and the cards that I share range from being really, really simple and perfect for beginners to maybe something a little bit more avid. But usually you can kind of, even if you're a beginner, you can watch even the avid cards and maybe pick up a thing or two. Bonjour, Julie. Hello, Sonia, and good morning and happy birthday. A little birdie named Facebook told me it's your birthday today. So happy birthday. Everyone give Sonia some love and wish her happy birthday. I hope Facebook's not wrong and that you are celebrating a special day today, and hope you have a fantastic day. Good morning, Nicole. So before we get started, I'll tell you kind of what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be sharing one card, and it's one card featuring product from the holiday catalog. So I'm totally in fall mode. I had my fall frenzy virtual retreat yesterday, and we did all things fall. But I have been loving the Words of Cheer stamp set. In fact, I designed an add-on class for that. And so I just wanted to keep playing with it. So we're going to be doing a card featuring Words of Cheer. I'm going to share a few little announcements. One is a brand new product collection that is coming out in November. As demonstrators, we have early access to this. And so I'm going to show you some of the products in there. Now, if you are not a demonstrator, you can't necessarily order this now. However, if you can't wait and you would like to add the products to your starter kit, you can absolutely do that. So you can actually put this entire collection of product and a few extra goodies in your starter kit, and you'll pay one low price. So let me just stop and see some of these comments. I see lots of love for Sonia in the comments. Okay, good morning. Janice, no worries about being a little late joining. I'm a little late getting on myself. So thanks for joining, everybody. If you're watching the replay, please comment below and let me know you're watching the replay. It's always nice to know who's watching. And of course, I always love your thoughts and feedback about the card. And just sometimes, like I said, I like to share some little tips and ideas. So hopefully that's all helpful for you. So I guess I'm going to just flip the camera down. I'll continue seeing I'll continue looking at my computer to see the comments. Although when I'm like actually like in the throes of crafting, I might not look up because, don't want to screw something up. Good morning, Natalie. Good morning, Emma. Hello, my friends. Good morning, Liz. Okay, lots of friends on this morning. How's everybody's weekend going? Are you guys all having a great weekend? It's beautiful fall weather here. It's kind of crisp. The leaves are all changing. We've been enjoying lots of like warm drinks, and just last night I was sitting on the sofa under a warm blanket, although last night I was having a glass of red wine because, I wanted to. But yeah, I love the fall season. I love the changing colors. I love being warm and cozy, wearing warm sweaters, and all the things related to fall. So hope you guys are all enjoying your weekend. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Kathleen. And good morning, Janet. All right, friends, we are going to flip the camera down. Please look away if you get motion sickness because it's never smooth. One day it will be, and I'll shock you all one day because you'll be like, oh my gosh, that happened so smoothly. But today, that's not the day. Okay. So let me flip this down and then we'll get started. All right. Good morning, Carol. I see your name. Oh, thank you, Emma. Emma's been out for a little shopping. Emma, what time is it for you? I'm interested in knowing because it's 10 o'clock a.m. for us. Okay. See, I told you it's never smooth, but we'll get it there. Nuts. Okay, here we go. Some days it's less smooth than others. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. Okay, so 3 o'clock p.m. Got it. All right. I hope you did some fun shopping, or was it grocery shopping? Grocery shopping is never fun for me. I don't enjoy it. Some people really love it. I do not. Okay, let me tell you a couple of things really quickly. Here is my website. So you can go there and there's a bunch of different links there that will take you to my blog, take you to my online store, my YouTube channel, all sorts of other links that you can access there. I have a host code every month. And when you place an online order of $50 or more and you use this host code, you will get a gift from me, as well as a handmade card, as well as my awesome all-star tutorial bundle. And Emma and I are in that group, and the projects are always amazing, and you get 12 video tutorials featuring a particular suite. So this month we are featuring the Blackberry Beauty Suite. The projects are incredible and just stunning and over the top beautiful. So if you do place an order of $50 or more, you will get a copy of that all-star tutorial bundle emailed to you with 12 video tutorials. You will also get a handmade card, and then you'll also get a gift from me. And my gift for this month, which you will get next month, is the beautiful garden gems from the Eden's Garden collection, which I'm about to tell you about. Okay, so you will get a package of these. Once they become live, I will order them for anyone that qualifies, and I will send them out to you with your other goodies. So speaking of Eden's Garden, this is a collection that is going to be released in the January to June mini catalog. And once in a while, Stampin' Up! Will do an early release collection. So they've taken this collection from the catalog and they're actually letting us access it early. So this is Eden's Garden. And in this collection, there are a variety of beautiful products. So there is the Eden's Garden bundle. So this is a red rubber stamp set and a coordinating set of dies. So the Eden's Garden stamp set and then the beautiful Eden dies. And then we've got the gorgeous designer series paper. I'm not going to actually open it up and show you all the patterns yet because I want to make sure we're not on too long together. But trust me when I tell you, this is a gorgeous paper. It's specialty. So there is gold foil detailing on all of the sheets, and then on the back side there's no gold foil detailing, but still beautiful patterns. And then there is also the cotton paper, which is tucked away in my box right now. And then we have the garden gems. So these are beautiful. There are some circular ones and then these beautiful marquise shaped ones. They're stunning. I don't even know if showing you here does it justice, but they're absolutely stunning. And you get 140 of them. So really, really stunning. The entire suite collection is $112.50. If you wanted to add it to your starter kit right now, and as well as all the other perks you'll get, you can choose another $52.50 in product plus the whole collection, and you're going to pay only $135, no shipping and no tax if you live in Ontario. And actually, many provinces have no tax. So let's move on to the card that we're doing today. I'm just going to quickly look at comments to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Hello, Rita. Janice is saying she had lots of fun yesterday at the Fall Frenzy retreat. Yes, it was a really, really good day. We were live, well, we were on Zoom together the whole day. So it was a really fun day. Lots of people got lots of crafting done. So it was awesome. Okay, Natalie does Walmart online grocery order. Super simple. Yeah, you know what? I was doing that in the throes of the pandemic and then I stopped, but I need to get back to that again. So, because I don't like grocery shopping. My husband doesn't mind it so much, so he'll always go, which works out well for us. Okay, so let me show you what we are playing with today. We are going to be using the Words of Cheer bundle. This is on page 20 of the holiday catalog, and it is a gorgeous bundle. So there is a photopolymer stamp set called Words of Cheer, as you would guess. And this has 14 different stamps, including some images, gorgeous images that are just calling to be colored. And then you can also leave them black and white, of course. And then there's some really nice sentiments in here. And then there is a coordinating set of dies. And the dies are amazing. You don't want to get the stamp set without the dies because while some of them will cut out the images, so you've got the little holly leaves here, you've got this die here that will cut out the that floral arrangement, but then there are also some really awesome word dies. So happy and cheer. So I have used this in a Facebook Live previously, but you don't want to get the stamp set without the dies because the dies are honestly like amazing. So I'll show you a few samples using the Words of Cheer set because I did design an add-on class for my Fall Frenzy retreat, and I'm considering offering it as a class for a limited time. But I'll just show you. I used the painted Christmas designer series paper and created some different cards. So I'll just show those to you really quickly. So here's one. And then these are all kind of, I love the paper, and some of them are maybe non-traditional Christmas cards. You know me in pink. So this one here, if I can fix that twine, these are some of the cards that I designed with the Words of Cheer bundle. I should have waited till the end to show you guys those. But anyway, there you go. You had a little sneak peek. And the other thing I want to share with you is I'm actually casing the catalog today. So I am using this card right here on page 25 of the catalog as the jumping off point for my card today. Okay, so this is one of the things that I really love the catalogs for, is for ideas and inspiration. So I'm going to show you the card. I'm going to show you the card really quickly. If you don't want to see it, if you want to be surprised, please look away. I do love the card, if I do say so myself. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. There's the card. I'm going to just show it to you for a second, and now I'm moving it. Okay. So you can see, of course, that I'm representing the pink lovers because there is pink on my card. And I've used a pattern from this Painted Christmas designer series paper. Okay. So I'm just going to fan this really quickly so you can see it. So you can see all of the beautiful patterns. Ah, it's so gorgeous. I love this. Okay, so we've got all of these different patterns here on the one side. Okay, so beautiful combination of colors. We've got some of our in colors represented here, the soft succulent and evening evergreen. And then here is the back side. It would be really hard to choose which side to use because they're equally beautiful. So that is the paper that I used for my add-on class as well as today's card. So shall we get started? Okay, I've got my stuff here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to emboss this piece with the Macrame embossing folder. So a little bit of a different embossing folder, not necessarily one of our Christmas themed ones, but I love it. It works really well with, honestly, almost everything in the catalog. So I love the look that it gives this card. And so we're just going to quickly add some texture to this piece of cardstock. And you're just going to be wowed by how beautiful it is. So I'm just setting this down onto my cut and emboss machine, and I'm using my specialty plate, and this is for specifically for the 3D embossing folders, so the ones that are a little bit thicker, and it gives a really nice deep impression. So I'll just quickly take this out and show you. So really beautiful impression that you get with the macrame folder. So this is in our annual catalog, and if you don't have it, you'll definitely want it. It's such a beautiful folder. I just love it. Okay, let's burnish our card base. So I'm using a Whisper White thick card base, and I've got one small strip of our designer series paper that I'm going to line up on the side. So actually I might wait and do that after. Let's get going with our stamping. So I've got a square piece of basic white cardstock, which, if I understand correctly, I believe is on low inventory. Someone in one of my Facebook groups mentioned that white cardstock is on low inventory. Now, I don't know how long that would, I don't know how long it would take for them to get their cardstock in stock, but if you're going to be needing it for your Christmas cards and stuff, you're probably going to want to order a pack or two of the basic white. So I can confirm that if anyone really wants to know, but that's what I heard late last night. So I'm taking this floral arrangement image and I'm just going to put some pressure down, but being careful not to rock the stamp. Okay, you don't want to rock it, otherwise you'll get this kind of double image. So I'm going to do that, and then before I close my ink pad, I'm going to take Sending You Christmas Cheer, and I'm going to just stamp that to the right side of my label. So I'm using the Hippo and Friends dies. I cut out a Petal pink label to stamp my sentiment, and I've done it over to the side for a reason. I'm not just I'm not doing it just quickly. I actually did it intentionally. So okay, so we're going to do a little bit of coloring now. Now you can color this floral arrangement in any colors you want. I used the colors from the designer series paper, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is, of course, the pink. Now, Petal Pink is not listed as one of the colors on the designer series paper, but because it's got real red and there are different shades of the real red, in some areas it kind of looks a little pink. So if you look here on this pattern here, you can see some of these lighter berries. They look almost pink. So I'm going to take it and run with it. And you know what? You don't actually have to go with just the colors on your designer series paper. You can add in colors that coordinate or even colors that don't. You could just make your own palette. Okay, so I'm using my Petal Pink Stampin' Blend. I used the light and now I'm going in, sorry, I used the dark first and now I'm going in with the light. So when you're stamping with Memento Black and you're going to be coloring it in using blends, you want to give it a little bit of time to dry. So that's why I stamped this first and then stamped my sentiment and just gave it a couple of seconds. Because if you go in and color it right away, you might smudge the black. Although it doesn't take very long to dry. So I'm just going to color a little bit here. Okay, I'll show you just a little bit of the different coloring. So the Stampin' Blends, there are different ways to use them, but they are fantastic markers for coloring and adding depth and shading. So what I'm doing is I'm just, I kind of went under where the petals would be and added a little bit of dark, as well as in the center of the flower. And then I'm using the light to just blend out. So some people will start with the light, layer on the dark, and then go back in with the light. So there's different ways to do it. So that's the Petal Pink. And then you can do the same thing with the red. So we'll start with the dark. Is this the dark? Nope, that's light. Never mind. And we want the bullet tip. So I find the brush tip is really good if you're going to be coloring kind of large surface areas. Okay, so I'm just going to color a little bit more and then I'm going to show you some magic. The magic of television, the magic of video. Okay, so we're just coloring in that red and you're going to, again, blend out the red. I'm doing this a little quickly and I'm not looking up at comments. So I don't know if anyone has any questions or comments yet, because if I look up, I guarantee you this will, I won't be coloring where I need to be. I wanted to say something and now I've forgotten. That happens to me a lot these days. I think old age is kicking in, or fatigue, or I don't know, too many things on the brain. But I have been trying in the mornings, so I'm not one that does a lot of meditation, but I have been trying in the morning while my coffee is brewing to just go and sit for 5 minutes at least and just kind of still my mind and my body and just kind of enjoy the silence, because I feel like life is really kind of busy and hectic, and so it's nice to just sometimes sit and enjoy silence. So I'm going to just show you one more. So I'm using the dark soft succulent here just so that you can see how it colors. And good morning, Keisha. Good morning, Brene. Thank you for sharing. Good morning, Carolyn. Oh, Carolyn needed something to watch right now, laying in bed after working a night shift. Carolyn, are you, I'm sorry, I might have already known the answer to this, but are you in the health profession? Like, are you a nurse? Like, what sort of night shift? If you don't want to share that here, you don't have to. Sorry, that might be a personal question. I just feel like I'm talking to you directly. Okay, so here we go. We've got a little bit of coloring done, and then by the magic of television, I have one here that's fully colored, okay? So again, just stamped it on a scrap piece of paper, and then of course I want you to see how awesome it is to run this through the cut and emboss machine and have everything be cut in one pass. So I'll bring back my cut and emboss machine. And I always say this on every Facebook Live: if you don't have the exact supplies but you want to replicate the card, modify it based on what you have. Okay, so if you don't have the cut and emboss machine, then you can fussy cut it, meaning just use scissors. And if you don't have the same colors, you can use whatever colors you have. And then of course, everything that we're using is available in the online store. So if you want to make it exactly as you see it here, you can purchase anything that you need. Okay, I'm hoping you guys can see this. So I'm just going to find how this matches. Okay, so you can see here that I've got the outline of the die fairly well matched to the image, and I'm going to grab my Post-it tape to hold this in place. Because there's nothing worse than, especially when you're coloring, you go and you color this image and you use all these different colors and you spend this time, and then you go to die cut it and it's off, and it's the worst feeling ever. So I am not wasting this effort. I don't tend to color a lot, so when I do, it better work the first time. Okay, so, oh yes, okay, so Carolyn works as a nurse at 811 Health Link, used to work pediatric ICU. Oh, wow. Okay, so you must be tired. Thank you for staying awake and hanging out with us. Post-it tape is the best. Yeah, it's awesome. Okay. I spent the day yesterday with some friends from upstate New York because we were in our Fall Frenzy virtual retreat, and I did it with my friend Jamie, who's in upstate New York. And I'm sure that they thought that I had an accent, but I was loving listening to everybody talking yesterday, especially my friend Sonia. Sonia's from Quebec. And I was like, let's just keep making her talk because she has an awesome accent. Love listening to it. Okay, so we've got all our parts and pieces. Are you guys ready to see this come together? So I'm going to use my liquid glue and hope that it has all, that nothing's gotten clogged and everything is going to come out as it should. Yeah, we're good. So I'm just putting a little bit around the edges. A little goes a really long way with the liquid glue, so you don't need to put a lot. And if you do, you're going to end up with this goopy mess that you don't want to, that you just won't enjoy. And ask me how I know. Okay, here we go. So we've got this lined up at the edge. It's just a strip. This is a really good layout to use strips of your designer series paper. It's a 1-inch strip, so there's not a, you know, you could get lots and lots of them out of one sheet of designer series paper. And then this piece here is going to also layer onto our card base. I have to say, I really, you know, there are some cards which when I finish them, I'm just like, oh, I love that so much. This is one of those cards. I just really loved it. Probably because there's pink on it, but it's actually a pretty card, and I love the layout. Thank you, Stampin' Up, for putting this sample in the catalog. When you are using 3D embossing folders, because of the thickness of or the deep impression that it gives, sometimes it can kind of warp your cardstock. So it's really a good idea to add adhesive along the edges so that things don't kind of curl up and bend. So I put a lot of adhesive close to the edge. So now I'm going to take my sentiment here that says, sending you Christmas cheer. I'm going to put 3 dimensionals here. Okay. And then I'm going to put this kind of 2/3 of the way down, and I'm going to put it a little close to the right edge of the card because I want room to fit this. Okay, so let's see, how do we want this to fit? I don't want this arrangement to be kind of off the edge of the card because then it won't fit into the envelope. So you may need to maneuver a little bit to kind of play around, and then that'll tell you where you want to put your dimensionals. You don't want to put dimensionals on this part here because it's going to actually sit on top of a piece that's already on dimensionals. So I'm going to kind of put one behind this flower here, and then one maybe here, one here, and then I'll slide in a glue dot after. Okay, so we're going to go here, one here, maybe one here, and then maybe one in the middle. Okay, so we'll pull off the dimensional backings. I'm hoping you guys can still see me. Sometimes I forget to check where I am on the screen. So hold on. So we're going to put this like so, making sure to not cover the sentiment. Okay. and then press that down. Now I don't want this popping up here, so I'm going to grab my glue dots and I'm just going to sneak one in with my take your pick tool. You can also use your paper snips for this. Okay, so I'm going to just use my take your pick tool and I'm just going to press down and pull. Okay, so there we go. We have the bulk of the card done, and now we're just going to embellish. I'm not using any twine or linen thread today. I'm just going to use a different embellishment than I did on my original. So on my original card, which I will show you in a moment, I used the champagne rhinestones. On this one, I'm actually going to use the matte decorative dots. Is that what they're called? Matte decorative dots. So I'm going to use these dark green ones here, and we'll go with maybe one here. And then you guys are of course going to tell me which one you like better. Whoops. It is kind of fun with this dark color. It gives it some pop. And then maybe this one here. Ooh, I do like the pop on this. Do I want to put one in the center here? No, we're going to leave it. On my other card, you'll see I put one in the center of the flower, but this is the card, and I'm going to show you the card that I cased again, just so that you can see how, although I've used the same layout, the card looks so different. So this is the one that I actually copied the layout from, and then this is my card here. So two totally different cards, but same layout. Tell me what you think about this. Do you guys like it? I would love to hear. Oh, I see some comments, and I see the hearts. Thank you, my friends. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Ah, I don't know. For those of you that do Facebook Lives, when you see these hearts floating across the screen, doesn't it just make your heart happy? It's always nice to know that you guys like what I'm creating. So this is the card. Here it is with the champagne rhinestones, and I did feel like this flower was kind of crying for a rhinestone in the center, and then I used the champagne rhinestones here, and then here it is with the matte decorative dots. You could add a few more. I do really like the white macrame texture, so I wanted to kind of leave a lot of that showing. So now it's your turn to tell me, which do you like better? Do you like the rhinestones or do you like the matte dots? Matte dots are your fave, Brene. Thanks, friends. Tell me which embellishment do you love more? I'm going to be drawing for someone to get this card in the mail. So if you comment, or if you've shared this video, if you comment, you get an entry. If you share the video, you get an extra entry. So you'll need to let me know in the comments that you have shared it, and I will give you extra entries, and I will be raffling off this card to send in the mail to somebody. So, oh yes, we're seeing lots of love for the matte dots. The matte dots. Good morning, Gail. Thank you for joining. Matte dots, matte dots. Lots of people love the matte dots. Okay, I'm surprised. I thought people might enjoy the pink rhinestone. So let me show you again some of the other cards with this bundle, because it's a gorgeous one. So we've got this one here. And this, as I said, was an add-on class for my fall retreat, which I am considering offering again. So I will offer the class for a limited time. So stay tuned. If you're on my mailing list, you will get first notification about this. And if you're not already on my mailing list, make sure you go to this link and you can subscribe to my mailing list there. But I will also post it on Facebook if there are still spots available. So here are just 5 different cards that you can do with words of cheer using the Painted Christmas Designer Series paper, but so many possibilities with this gorgeous bundle. And so I hope that you guys have enjoyed this, and I want to thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for sharing, my friends, and I hope you all have a fantastic Sunday, and we will see you all back here on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for our weekly Wednesday Facebook Live. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. Bye for now.